Hello, my name is Ashley, and I just completed the work for Module 1 on core foods, and I wanted to share with everybody my favorite parts so far. So, for me, the most interesting pieces of this particular module were the Wheel of Life exercise, the Slow Down Diet book, and the audio workshop on passion. So, first, I will go over the Wheel of Life exercise. Here's mine. I realize that it's probably backwards, but you get the idea. This was really fun for me because it was the first time that I ever really got to put it on paper and visualize what I really have going on in my life. So that was really interesting and informative. So as you can see, where I seem to be the most off balance right now are the romance, here's my little dot there, spirituality, and then finances is right there. So those are the points that I have chosen to focus on, and the goals that I have set for myself include, so for romance, for example, I have created a new online dating profile and hopefully that is very successful, and I have committed to going on at least one date this month, no matter what. Okay, for spirituality, I have committed to meditating for a minimum of 5 minutes a day, and also giving thanks for 5 things every day as well. So those are things I'm doing typically right before bed, and that helps me kind of remember to do them. And then for finances, I was trying to think, what can I really cut out of my life that I don't need? And what that boiled down to for me was alcohol. So I'm not going to drink until New Year's Eve 2014, which is really exciting. So it gives me an opportunity not only to save money by no longer spending resources on something that I don't really need to survive, of course, but it'll also give me a greater opportunity to really focus on what I am doing and not be sidetracked by social things. Anywho, so that was what I took from the Wheel of Life exercise, and I thought it was awesome. The second thing that I did was read this book, The Slow Down Diet by Mark David, and I really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was fantastic and presented a way of thinking about food and metabolism and our bodies that I had never really identified as I've felt similarly about a lot of the things that he said, but I guess I never really heard it from another source or was able to know the science behind why I felt that way. So this for me was awesome. Some of the favorite things that I got out of it were that he talks so much more about how and when we eat as opposed to what we eat. I feel like particularly with those around me, everyone's so concerned with what they're eating that they're not really thinking about how they're eating it or when they're eating it, and learning about how important it is to eat in around midday when the sun is the highest point, and to really slow down and pay attention to our food and really taste it and be concentrated and present on the moment when we're eating, I think is really valuable and powerful and widely unrecognized. So I was really excited to read about that. Also, I really enjoyed how he made a point of not identifying foods as good or bad and showing how all food is morally neutral, which I think makes a ton of sense, but we've kind of forgotten that, and we kind of demonize food or idolize food depending on our beliefs about it, but really it's all about how we use it and not at all, good or bad morally, which I agree with, and I thought that was awesome. Okay, and then I also really enjoyed the bit about how our thoughts and feelings and attitudes about food, especially while we're eating them, really affects how our body metabolizes it. I can think of a number of people who are near and dear to my heart who really don't have a lot of love for food and what it does for them, and they kind of beat themselves up about what they eat, and I think that it's really important to make sure that you have a good relationship with your food and that you have good thoughts and feelings as you are absorbing it and nourishing yourself. And the book made several points about how the more negative we feel about our food, the less beneficial the nutrients will become, and that it can actually raise our cortisol levels and essentially produce the exact outcome that we are trying to avoid by eating certain foods. So I thought that that was really powerful. And last but most certainly not least is the audio workshop. One that I really liked in this module was Passion, and that was the one where we had Brenda Stanton as a guest. And one of the favorite things that I pulled away from that was the idea of having it all, and can anyone ever really have it all? And I really appreciated how she identified, she's like, well, it depends on what we define as all. And I think that that is huge, because it's all, you know, it's different for everybody what we all think it is. And so it's really important that we recognize that and identify what we really want. And then she goes further into saying that it's about self-management versus time management, and speaks at length about how in order to have it all, after we, you know, identify what it really is, it's really an effort to consciously remove things from our plate rather than piling more onto it. And I think that that's where the self-management comes in, because you know, we're only human and we only have so much time, and if we really want to achieve those certain, you know, goals that are truly valuable to us, we need to be able to let go of the other things that might get in the way or take our energy and our time away from that. So just to wrap it all up, I really enjoyed this whole module. I think that it was great, and I particularly like how it brought focus to the self, and you know, the whole idea of me first and busy second was really powerful, and I look forward to continuing to implement that in my day-to-day life. And I just found that it was a very empowering module, and that it gives, you know, it tells us that we have the answers to everything that we need in order to be healthy, happy, balanced individuals, and that we just have to listen to our bodies and know ourselves, and you know, pay attention to our life stories and where it has led us, and it will show us the way. So it's both empowering and liberating at the same time. So thank you for the opportunity to learn all of that good stuff and share it with you. So thanks again, and hope you have a nice day. Bye.